Okay guys, so if you watched my last video about the New York State Prepare Kit, this is a kit that I put together a few years ago. I thought I had it all out, but I just realized that I did not. Let me throw some other things down here. Yep. Okay. So first thing, the backpack. We talked about the New York State Prepare Kit. This is a Eureka Getaway 2500. It's a probably medium duty hiking pack. Make a good day pack, maybe an overnight, minimalist overnight pack. It's got a waist belt. It's not super heavy duty. I got this on clearance, I think, at Campmore. I think it was about 20 bucks. And that's what I was looking for. This kit, I put this kit together. I didn't put it all together at once, but I had a plan, which is, I think, an important nuance. Time is on your side when you want to put a kit like this together. You don't have to go out and just get online and just buy everything all in one shopping spree. Okay? You can look for deals, but the idea is, instead of just randomly buying stuff when you see a deal on something, have a plan of things that you're looking for. And then if some of the things you're going to be buying at full price. But basically I wanted a backpack about this size. And I waited till it was on clearance for 20 bucks. And I pulled the trigger on that. So let's take a look at this. Now, first off, there's some things that you're not going to see in the state-sponsored kit. And that is right here, we've got a Mora clipper. And that gives you an idea when this is made. This is one of the last of the clippers, okay, that had the new sort of Mora logo on them. Focus, please. There you go. All right, so this is an actual Mora clipper, as you can see by the handle. And it's got the new logo on it. So, but you're never going to get a knife given to you by the state. Something to be used as a weapon. And then there's also one of these Gerber sportsman saws, which is useful. Okay, heading right up the line here, we've got some cordage, which includes some just nylon, various kinds of nylon string and rope. It's not paracord, because I got that cheap. There's also about the same amount of duct tape as there was in the other kit, although this is actual duct tape, brand duct tape. Okay, there's a first aid kit that is about 6 or 8 times the volume of the one that came in the state kit, and I know everything that's in this larger kit. Whereas the other one, you're going to be tempted to just leave it as is. I'd be willing to bet money that other one is just like some Band-Aids, and some maybe packets of triple antibiotic ointment. There's a whole tube of antibiotic ointment in that one. So, plus Kerlix and Ace bandages and all kinds of other stuff. Aspirin, over-the-counter medications, things that, for liability reasons, the state's not going to give you, and yet may be useful in an emergency. Where are we here? Here's a little fire kit. There's some lighters in there, some big lighters that are in a sealed package. There's a candle. Over here we got some tools, just a flashlight, and you know what, guys? I have to admit it. In this kit, I was ripping on the other one for being an incandescent light bulb, but here we have an incandescent mini mag light with lithium batteries in it. There's a ferro rod in there, a really, really cheap multi-tool, but better than nothing, a compass, emergency blanket, pretty much the same. Then we've got focus, right here, we've got a toiletry kit that's got, toothbrush, shampoo, soap, a little pack towel. One of the things that I was looking at when I put this kit together is that year we had a a situation where these people got stranded on the road and they had to get rescued from their cars because there was just a snarl traffic jam in the middle of a snowstorm, and basically everyone just got buried in the snow. Nobody could get out. People's cars were running out of gas, and basically they just end up going around on ATVs and rescuing people from their cars and taking them to shelters, and then they towed all the cars. So I thought, if you get taken to a shelter because they're going to tow your car, maybe it'd be good to have toiletries, right? Probably be the only person there who had a toothbrush. So yeah, there's that. Just like the other kit, we've got a couple of cheapo work gloves. For clothing, there's actually, this is a decent Columbia sweatshirt that I found at a thrift store. A little hat. One of these last things I pulled out here, this is a Swiss Alpenflage poncho. I don't know if you guys are familiar on the surplus market, but that is a vinyl poncho. Heavy. It smells like a shower curtain, but it's really heavy military rain poncho. And when they were sold, Sportsman's Guide was selling them basically for $3 each. They're a 5-pack of them for $15. So you can't beat that. I mean, for $3 at Walmart, you're going to get one of those disposable ones that's like a garbage bag. So I definitely put those in there. Where are we over here? Okay. I've got an emergency Mylar sleeping bag. Those things, they get clammy, but let's see, I'm going to adjust this up. It's definitely better than nothing. This kit is designed to be a stash and forget kit, not everyday use stuff. A roll of toilet paper, an often overlooked survival item. Nice to have for a short term. Long term you have to figure something else out, but short term it's good. Okay, and we'll get over to the food, which there's definitely more of in this kit. We start out down here on the bottom. Here's your lifeboat rations. Okay, the difference between these lifeboat rations and the other ones are I bought these ones. Okay, so, and then right here, 4 assorted Mountain House meals. Are they assorted? Yeah, beef stew, beef stroganoff. Yep. Some beef jerky, some fruit leather. I should probably check on those. Those are the things that I would worry about expiring in this. And then we've got some just rock candy here, a little tea kit, some cocoa, and then part of our water container is this like faux Nalgene bottle. Inside there, if you see that white card, those are Katahdin Micropur tablets. I think there's 20 of them. I could be wrong. And then there's one of these soap impregnated sponges, a little Light My Fire spork, which should be replaced because, as we all know, those polycarbonate Light My Fire sporks are junk. I should probably replace it with like a 20 cent Walmart spoon or something like that, stainless steel. We've got the Leadmark cook set with an alcohol stove, and I didn't show you, also in there are 2 bottles of heat to fuel that stove, which can be used to prepare all the food in this kit, as well as boiled water. And then once you run out of the fuel, you could use the containers over an open fire. They're aluminum, but as long as they have liquid in them, they'll be fine over an open fire. Last but not least, which is something I didn't talk about right here, is I believe 100-ounce Hydrostorm water bladder, which is compatible with the pack. You can run the tube out of the pack, but it was a deal that I got on those. So this does not hold 2.5 gallons like the container that comes in the state kit, but it holds a practical amount for hiking if you can resupply. And in my area of operation, once you get into the hills, you're going to find water one way or another. There's springs everywhere and streams and stuff like that. You got the tablets to disinfect. You've got the metal container to purify the water. So yeah, so what did this cost me? I mean, back in the day, I actually ran the numbers, and this kit was about $300, maybe a little more than $300, which, I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean, there's definitely people out there who you're never going to get to spend $300 on something like this. And the fact is that once I started doing this, I actually ended up, for redundancy, I put 3 of these kits together. So you're looking at about $900, but imagine this exact set of equipment duplicated 3 times, because that's what I did. I just bought 3 of everything. So, you know, there's definitely people who are not going to do that. And for me, it was sort of an exercise. I mean, that is not the end all be all of my preps. But, you know, I figured I was going to make one for me, one for my girlfriend, my now wife, and then I'd have an extra one in case I wanted to put one in a different location. But, you know, if you have someone who isn't going to do that, giving them the state kit, they'll have something if they're responsible stewards of it. Like I said, if they say, oh, I wonder what lifeboat rations taste like, and they rip right into them and break the seal and just start munching away at them, I mean, it's a complete waste of money. I mean, unless they're like, wow, I really like these, I'm going to totally go out and buy a whole bunch myself, you know. But, yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. You're always going to put a kit together for yourself that is specified specifically for you. They'll have everything that you need in it, okay? That thought process that you use to put a kit together for yourself is invaluable, okay? You know, pre-made kits typically are not going to have knives and, you know, saws and stuff like that. For liability reasons, you know, especially if the state's giving it away. You know, can you imagine? I mean, that knife, if you were on the school grounds where they gave 1,000 of those kits away, if all of a sudden those kids are running around with a 4-inch razor sharp knife, I mean, first of all, I mean, it would be grounds for suspension anyway to even be in possession of such a thing. However, you know, lest we refer to it solely as a weapon, it is a very useful tool. In an emergency situation, you may need a knife a lot, you know. You may need a pry bar, which is not included in this kit, you know, but I've got them elsewhere. I do not have, as far as, one thing I noticed that is in the other kit that is not in this kit is the safety glasses, the N95 mask. I do have those in my car kit. Okay, I've got some of those masks. I've actually even got a respirator. We did some lead paint removal here, and we bought some little respirators. I picked up a couple extra cartridges. I put them in there. If I was in a situation where I was digging through rubble, like a post 9/11 situation, you know, trying to help rescue people, you know, one of the things that really hit those first responders is they were breathing all this crap in, you know. And what do you do about that? You know, those little N95 masks that are in this kit, the state kit, that would be good for a little while, not very long. You know, there's 2 of them in there, not very long. And if there's more than one person trying to use the same kit, it's basically one per person. So, you know, I've got a hard hat out in my car. People look at that and they say, why do you have a hard hat? And I look at them straight face and say, in case there's a shitstorm. So, yeah, you know, things to look at. And would I add that to this? Possibly, you know, after looking at this layout here. But, you know, if I was stranded somewhere and I had access to, you know, if I was by the side of the road and I could walk off into the woods for a little bit to set up a little camp, I could. You know, as far as shelter, this doesn't have the plastic. Well, I thought I had somewhere clear plastic. I know I bought some for these kits. Maybe it's hiding in this bag somewhere. Nope. Oh, one of the other things I didn't show is the whole bag has one of these military liners. So that keeps it pretty well water resistant, which unlike the state kit. But yeah, just a little roll of, $3 roll of plastic is something that I meant to add to these, and I guess I will do that. But yeah, I mean, we've got the poncho here that you could use for shelter. Um, Between the poncho and the Mylar sleeping bag, you could basically sit at the base of a tree during a rainstorm, and you'd be pretty good. You'd be dry at least. So, and I'm sure that poncho could be made into some kind of a shelter. It's not as good as an American military one for shelter making because it opens up the front. It's designed more like a jacket than the American military one, which is just like a big tarp with a head hole cut in the middle of it. So, but for $3, what are you gonna do? All right, so I'm starting to ramble, so I'm gonna cut this off. This is what I put together years ago on my own before I knew there was a possibility the government might give me something for free. You know, uh, and tell me what you think. Which would you rather have with you? Let me ask you that. Thanks for watching.